Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to your Fast Track to 7 a.m. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson. 2 men are dead after a head-on crash near Glenwood, Minnesota. The crash happened Saturday night on Highway 28 near the intersection of County Road 57.
State Patrol says 33-year-old Isaac Carlson was traveling westbound when he collided head-on with a vehicle going eastbound being driven by 39-year-old Nicholas Bergman. Authorities say both men were wearing seatbelts. Both died at the scene.
And another man is dead and another seriously injured after they crashed their dirt bikes head-on in Bismarck. Highway Patrol says a 24-year-old man was heading westbound on a dirt trail when he crashed with another dirt bike traveling in the opposite direction.
They say the bikers were both thrown from their respective bikes and were taken to the hospital. The 24-year-old died from his injuries. The other remains in the hospital at this time. The names will be released at a later time.
The man accused of raping a woman in a Concordia campus dorm back in November of 2022 is back in court today for his plea hearing. Sean Anton is charged with one felony count of third-degree criminal sexual conduct of a mentally impaired, physically helpless victim.
According to court documents, key logs show Anton going into the victim's dorm hall on the morning of November 22nd, 2022, and then returning to his dorm 2 hours later. The victim says she was intoxicated at the time, but remembers being held down and being sexually assaulted. Her medical exam noted swelling and bruising.
Detectives say Anton admitted to sexual contact, but says it was consensual. He's expected in court around 1 this afternoon.
A line has already formed, tents set up over the holiday weekend for people hoping to be inside the courtroom today for closing arguments in Trump's hush money trial. The former president's defense will be up first.
His team is expected to spend several hours explaining why they believe the government has not proven their case. Prosecutors must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump falsified business records. Then the case will be in jurors' hands.
More than 20 people are now dead from a storm system that's been pounding the U.S. since the holiday weekend. After this morning, the eastern seaboard's getting relief, while new storms are hitting Texas and surrounding southern states. Meanwhile, some no longer in immediate danger are mourning their losses. Some storm victims missing their animals.
For many others, the loss involves their livelihoods, homes, or both. Millions are under heat advisories in parts of several states. Some areas could see degrees of above 110.
And the summer travel season is heating up, but trips can quickly turn tragic if families aren't careful around water.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explaining how the ABCs of water safety can help keep everyone safe this summer.
It's a preventable tragedy, but it only takes seconds for a person to drown.
You're on vacation, you're having fun, and sometimes you drop your guard.
Dr. Don Plumley is medical director of pediatric trauma at Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. He says every year when the weather warms up, there's an increase in the number of drownings.
Families need to realize who's the high-risk people that drown, and that's really the toddlers, that 1 to 4 age group that are just wandering around, they get away from you, there's a lot going on. The other group that we've seen a great increase in is special needs children.
Plumley says remembering the ABCs of water safety can help. A is for adult supervision. He recommends designating a watcher when children are near water.
It's much like picking a designated driver when you go out with your friends, is there's got to be someone who's not drinking, who's not on their phone, who's paying attention, watching the children. And it gets tiresome, so have several people take turns doing it.
B is for barriers. Look for water safety features around bodies of water, especially if you're staying at an unfamiliar place.
Is there a pool fence? Are there locks on the doors? Are there alarms? Because all those can help prevent a drowning.
Finally, C is for classes. Enroll children in survival swim lessons.
We don't want people not to go on vacation, not do fun stuff, but just be safe and have a great summer.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Experts say parents should also consider taking a class to learn CPR. He says that can make a major difference if you start it before first responders are able to arrive.
Well, we're looking ahead to a break from the rain here in the valley.
Yeah, what an exciting time. For the details on what's to come, we're sending things right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, it's starting today. It lasts at least for one more day before we see that pattern kick back in. But we get to enjoy a little sunshine peeking out through the clouds in Fargo and some places where we've got full-on sunshine, like in Grand Forks and Devil's Lake, Jamestown as well. We're looking at temperatures there more into the 40s where we've been more clear overnight. Fargo's at 53 degrees and in Fergus Falls also at 50. Wind is out of the north. We're looking at wind speeds in the Teens at times, we may see some gusts to 20 miles per hour or so coming up for this afternoon and midday, but that's about as strong as it gets. So not too much wind. And you can see that there are some showers east of us and 1 or 2 sprinkles still lingering for us here in the valley. But overall, we're getting this nice break. With this system still nearby, even as it's departing, I can't rule out this afternoon a quick little shower popping up. It would be very light. It would be isolated, but still something that might impact you for a few minutes before it moves on here. Otherwise, we are looking pretty good. And so students who are still heading into school, still heading out to the bus stop for a couple more days at least, we're looking at conditions that are going to be not too bad. We're talking a mix of some clouds and some sunshine, 50s this morning. It's just not going to warm up a lot today at the bus stop. And at the 3 p.m. hour in Fargo, we're looking at about 60 degrees. We'll get to a high of about 63. And then tomorrow, that's going to be the keeper this week, or this day. Tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures into the 70s. We're going to get some sunshine and dry conditions. Just looks really nice. Thursday, the rain returns. We'll have to watch out for some rain and some thunder showers, and a little more active as we move into the weekend, but not necessarily a washout again. We're just watching out for some rain chances coming up. And you can see behind me, we're looking at some 70s to some low 80s in the extended planner as well.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, you know, temperatures and weather kind of coinciding with that calendar change, warming back up to more summer-like temperatures.
Nice.
Love when the temperatures follow the calendar. Thank you, Lisa. Well, May is National Arthritis Awareness Month, and the CDC estimates that 1 in 5 of U.S. adults have some form of arthritis.
And the number is expected to grow to 67 million by the year 2030. We are checking in with the Valley Today's Tatum Miller, who is live this morning at Crystal Rock Healing to provide some natural remedies for people who may be struggling. Good morning, Tatum.
Good morning, ladies. That's right. I'm here live at Crystal Rock Healing with owner Cindy Schmitz. And Cindy, we've talked about how you use essential oils and crystals as a natural pain remedy, specifically for arthritis.
Right.
Now we have this lovely wall of tea and herbs behind us. So do you want to walk me through how you use those as well?
Sure, yeah. We actually have almost 150 different types of teas and herbs. And as we talked about earlier, teas and herbs don't always have the green tea, black tea, white tea that makes that flavor that some people don't like. But herbal teas taste more like peppermint. Sometimes they taste like weeds, but they're pretty yummy, but very good for you. And there's just, you know, nature provides all of the natural healing for us, so we just have to use them.
Yeah, and you pulled some out here.
Yes.
Are these ones specifically for pain?
You know, they do a lot of different things, but these are definitely great ones for inflammation and for pain.
Awesome.
Yeah. The turmeric, I pulled the chai one because in it also has cinnamon and other aspects that are really good for inflammation too.
Okay, so you can blend them together as well.
Yep.
And you even have some mushroom powders.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, the shiitake, it just smells so good. It smells like beef, and they said it's great on beef. So,
All right.
but they're very, very good for you.
Well, I know you also have some events coming up when it comes
do.
to your shop. Do you want to tell me about those?
Yeah, so this Thursday at Bruhala from 4 to 8, we're going to have a well fest. So it'll be a lot of different natural healers there. And then June 22nd, we're going to do a pop-up, which is just Crystal Rock, but we do bring a couple of local readers and healers too. And we'll have 45 tables of all of our products. So it's a big...
Well, that is amazing. If you
Yeah.
can't make it out to the stores, you can make it up to some of these pop-up events. Thank
Yeah,
you so
in Grand
much,
Forks.
Cindy. And we will have a full list of this on our website in just a little bit. I'm Tatum Miller for Valley News Live. Back to you at the studio.
All right, very interesting.
Yeah, thank you for that live look, Tatum.
Well, ticks and mosquitoes are a normal part of summer, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't be aware and look out for them.
The Health Communication Laboratory says cases of tick and mosquito-borne diseases have doubled in the country in the last 20 years.
Public health epidemiologist Amanda Bakken says this is especially true with new tick diseases. She says July is the peak for tick-borne illnesses, while mosquito-borne West Nile virus sees that peak in mid to late August.
Last year, 2 people in the state of North Dakota died from West Nile.
So it can really fluctuate year to year. It's really hard to imagine having ticks and mosquitoes on a day like today when it's, wet and rainy and cold. But, they're out there, and the ticks have been out there. We started getting reports for them back in late January.
She says this is due to the mild winter. Bakken says people should use insect repellent and check for ticks after spending time outdoors.
You should also wear protective clothing and make sure that your homes are landscaped, also to prevent diseases from ticks and those mosquitoes. Also, check your pets.
And traffic alert for you this morning. Starting today, the southbound lanes of 45th Street South are going to be reduced to 2 lanes of traffic between 9th Avenue and 13th Avenue South to allow for storm sewer repairs.
The road is expected to fully reopen by the end of the day, Monday, June 3rd.
Yesterday, several local businesses honoring our country's soldiers in many ways on Memorial Day. Mills Fleet Farm in Fargo hosting Taps Across America and Taps for Veterans for a moment of silence at their store on 36th Street.
All 49 Fleet Farm stores in Minnesota, North Dakota, Iowa, and South Dakota participated. They sounded taps right at 3 p.m. and the men who presented the colors say it was an honor to remember our country's heroes.
Just proud to honor everybody that's passed away today in a very respectful way.
Taps Across America was founded in 2020 with the idea for buglers and musicians to sound taps from their front porches all at the same time.
Well, this is an incredible story this morning. One New York boy is believed to be the youngest recipient of a bionic arm.
It's pretty cool. Michael George catches up with a 5-year-old who is sharpening his skills for his new high-tech prosthetic.
Yes! Go Jordan!
The universe just got a new pint-sized hero with a gripping superpower. Riding a scooter has never felt so secure for 5-year-old Jordan Murata thanks to his new robotic arm, fashioned after his favorite Avenger.
You like it?
Yeah.
And it looks cool. It looks like Iron Man, right?
Jordan's mom first learned he would be born without a left hand at her 20-week sonogram.
Obviously, we went through a grieving process that, our child was going to be born what you would call different.
Good job, Joy.
At first, Jordan's difference didn't hold him back. He tried everything, rock climbing to baseball. He even figured out how to zip up a jacket. But his mom says that changed as he got older.
More emotional. There have been a lot of nights where he's gone to bed crying, asking for 2 hands.
So the Muratas reached out to the UK robotics company Open Biotics. Their 3D printed prostheses are lined with electrodes that detect muscular contractions and convert them into hand movements. They tested Jordan at their New York office, assuming he'd be too young, but found he could move the prosthetic and seemed mature enough to care for it. Last week, his custom-made arm arrived, and he's been learning new maneuvers ever since.
All it takes is practice.
His parents say his confidence is back
Can you show me the thumbs up again?
as he works to master a whole new set of super skills. Michael George, CBS News, Dix Hills, New York.
What an incredible way to round up the morning. Take care, everybody.